this coffee and tea is actually one of the things that I'll be covering as I dive deeper into my preconception care journey. It's a total non-negotiable for me while supporting my body and optimizing my own health. You're listening to the Wealthy Woman Podcast, and I am your host and wealthy mentor, Dr. Michelle. My mission is to empower conscientious women entrepreneurs to create a life full of abundance, purpose, health, wealth, and joy. In this podcast, you'll learn how to elevate your health, lifestyle, and surroundings so you can tap into your power, show up more confidently, and focus on what really matters. Sharing your gifts, better serving your clients, and showing up even more for the people you love. This is today's businesswoman, the wealthy woman. Hey there, Michelle here with another episode for you. Today, I want to chat about my new favorite beverage, reishi-infused coffee. Now, if you are a tea drinker, which I definitely am, depending on the day and my mood and blah, 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 right? The weather. This episode is still for you because you're going to learn all the reasons why you should be adding reishi to whatever your hot beverage of choice is. So if you're a tea drinker or some other beverage drinker, think tea or that other beverage every time I say coffee. Deal? Okay. So, as promised in last week's episode, I'm going to be giving you an opportunity to get some free samples shipped directly to you, so stay tuned for that. Now, I'm curious, who of my listeners would drink more or different coffee if it therapeutically supported 11 types of cancer, alkalized your body, reduced inflammation, boosted immunity, helped heal leaky gut, improved your gut microbiome, enhanced cognitive function, and reversed plaquing of the brain? I'm assuming you're probably nodding your head, right? Because, who wouldn't? Right? So today I'm going to be talking about reishi, which is the king of medicinal mushrooms. It's one of the most scientifically researched herbs on the planet, and it's among the most powerful adaptogens in the plant medicine world. Adaptogen means that it helps our body to adapt to various internal and external stressors, which, as you know by now, can affect our adrenal function, right? So the adapt part really refers to the fact that it can increase or decrease function of various organs and organ systems depending on our body's need. I use adaptogens all the time in my clinical practice. So let's dive into these benefits, yeah? So first, cancer. Right? As you know, I rarely talk about cancer because it's not a huge part of my practice, and I'd rather leave it to other professionals who are completely up to date on all the new practices, all the new chemo drugs, and all the other complementary therapies that are out there, right? But the research on reishi and cancer is pretty damn impressive, so it's worth listening or taking note of, right? So research has shown that aggressive cancer cells have an intrinsic or an acquired resistance to chemo agents, kind of like antibiotic resistance, right? But when reishi was added to the treatment plan, it actually helped prevent resistance and made the chemo more effective. On top of that, it's been shown to improve the quality of life for patients with cancer during their chemo treatment and reduce overall adverse reactions, things like chemo-induced heart damage. So reishi is also really alkalizing to the body. So it's been shown to be one of the most alkaline foods on the planet, which makes it the perfect pair for acidic coffee. Yeah. So coffee tends to have a compound known as chlorogenic acid in it. And because that compound can be somewhat aggravating for a lot of people, about 80% of people experience acid reflux when drinking coffee. But when you add reishi to that, it really counterbalances that effect, and it allows pretty much most people to tolerate this coffee just fine with no reflux symptoms. Reishi also has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect on the body, and it's been shown to use at least 5 different anti-inflammatory mechanisms in the body. Pretty cool. It also supports our immune system by balancing our Th1 and Th2 response. It enhances NK cell activity, and it also directly combats yeast, viruses, mold, and bacteria. So for those of you who have Alzheimer's and dementia in your family, me included, my hand is raised, reishi has been shown to actually dissolve brain plaquing and improve circulation and promote stem cell activity. So this is a little more dense than some of my other episodes. So I'm assuming you probably have a little bit of like nerd alert overload. Yes, maybe. But like I said, this medicinal mushroom has really earned its title as the mushroom of immortality. Like, what an amazing nickname, right? So real quick, I want to talk about, the top reasons why people put things in their body. Like, why do we eat or drink certain things, right? It has to taste good. It has to be fairly convenient and easy. Yeah. It has to be cost effective. And ideally, it should have some health benefits. Yeah. Would you agree that those kind of cover the bases? Okay. So to knock these out, this coffee and tea that I'm totally digging right now tastes super good. One, right? Super convenient because all you have to do is add hot water, which you can get anywhere. It's super, super cost effective. You can get the black coffee as low as 60 cents per cup. And it has an insane number of health benefits, right? We've already gone over some, but there's so many more. Literally, if you Google Ganoderma and fill in your chosen condition that you want to learn more about, you're likely going to find an article on it, right? Ganoderma lucidum is the scientific or the Latin name for reishi. So most of those studies and articles have Ganoderma in the title, okay? But seriously, there's almost 3,000 studies done on this herb that show that it has over 150 antioxidants. It has over 200 phytonutrients. It's anti-inflammatory. It regulates blood pressure. It regulates cholesterol. It regulates blood sugar. It supports cardiovascular health. It's antibacterial, antiviral, anti-candida. It regulates immune function, and it reduces the negative effects of stress on our body. And there's a ton more. One of my favorite studies actually shows that it's able to remove persistent organic pollutants or POPs from the body, which is amazing for detox, preconception care, autoimmune conditions, hormone imbalances, brain fog, and a whole host of other concerns I see in my practice on a daily basis. This coffee and tea is actually one of the things that I'll be covering as I dive deeper into my preconception care journey. It's a total non-negotiable for me while supporting my body and optimizing my own health. One of the really remarkable things about reishi in relation to this is that it helps prevent toxin-induced neural tube defects. And there are studies and anecdotal evidence that it may even help prevent autism. And on top of that, it also helps with urinary incontinence issues that some women experience post-pregnancy and also post-menopausally. And it does that through a nitric oxide pathway. And this nitric oxide pathway also helps protect the fetal brain if the mother has high blood pressure. So super, super cool. Continuing on the topic of kiddos, a lot of my colleagues have been using this product with children suspected to have or actually diagnosed with ADHD. And they're successfully avoiding stimulant medications. Pretty amazing. Obviously, you don't necessarily want to give your kiddo coffee, but there's also reishi-infused hot chocolate, which tastes amazing. Or there's even capsules that you can empty out and add to their food or their beverage. So super convenient. Now, for some people, coffee can increase tension and anxiety, and I totally get that. I actually used to get the jitters and get this crazy blood sugar crash around like 1 or 2 p.m. from drinking regular coffee. And when I say regular, I don't just mean like regular old run-of-the-mill Starbucks coffee, but like organic, high quality coffee that I would get from the local health food store. So I would still get that response. That's actually exactly why I pretty much exclusively stuck with tea for so long. But reishi is what's called a GABA facilitator, which means it has a calming effect on the body. So I literally don't get the jitters or heightened anxiety, and my clients have reported the same. So really, really cool. So if you're wondering what GABA is, it's kind of like the brakes on a car. It helps to slow down our brain activity and helps us relax and maintain a sense of calmness. I really love this, especially for my entrepreneur ladies out there, because one of the things that I do when I'm working is listen to binaural beats or Brain FM, because it helps bring those brain waves down from that super active, stressed beta to alpha, which is more relaxing and calming, which allows me to be way more creative and productive. So it's just awesome. I love it. There's literally so much research on this herb that I could go on and on, but I really want to respect your time and make sure that this stays relevant to you and the people that you love. But here I'll just go over, a list of some other benefits for you, some other applications that might pique your interest or maybe make you think of someone else that this might benefit. So it enhances brain mitochondria. So hello, brain fog, mental recall, all that good stuff. It helps to block the replication of the HIV virus. Pretty big deal. It's great for allergies and swelling from bug bites and stings. It's neuroprotective and great for those with multiple sclerosis. It helps to clear mold sensitivities, and this particular product is clear of mold contamination itself, so that's awesome. It helps with all sorts of skin issues, so things like acne, vitiligo, psoriasis, eczema, and it also protects against sunburn. It helps to lower antibodies in autoimmune conditions. It helps activate neutrophils that can help kill Lyme disease and co-infections. It can help with cervical dysplasia and HPV. It can even help with EBV infections. It can help balance blood sugar and bring insulin levels down to optimal ranges. It can help with pain relief from arthritis and fibromyalgia. It helps enhance ulcer healing by inhibiting H. pylori. It helps with gout. It helps promote weight loss by eradicating the bugs that are associated with obesity. On top of all this, there's no known toxicity or drug interactions, which is just mind-blowing to me. So, like I said, I could literally go on and on about reishi, but I will kind of wrap up here. If you are curious about seeing any of the studies related to any of the conditions that I've mentioned, literally just Google Ganoderma and fill in the blank, right? Whatever you want to look more into. All right, so are you ready to try it yourself? If you don't like drinking coffee or tea, I don't know what's wrong with you. Just kidding. We're still friends. But like I said, you can actually get capsules of the mycelium or the spores. The spores are the more nutrient-dense, more potent form of the plant. And you can actually empty those out and add them to any food or beverage. They are heat stable, which makes it super convenient. Speaking of convenience, these come in single serving sachets that each have their own therapeutic dose of reishi. So they're super awesome for travel. I actually just took a bunch of sachets with me to LA where I attended Bold Leap Live with my ladies. It was super awesome. Plus, you don't have to worry about getting good quality coffee or tea if you're, a connoisseur or a snob, which I totally am. I'll wear it proudly. You just need hot water. So you can get that anywhere, right? You can go through McDonald's drive-through and ask for a cup of hot water if you want, right? Anyways, but, also if you're a bulletproof coffee lover, which I totally am, this reishi coffee basically converts it from bulletproof to atomic bomb-proof. Seriously, it is so delicious, just like the perfect pair. So How can you get your hands on it? The thing is, I have a link in the show notes where you can request your samples. So there are several options to choose from, right? But for the free samples, I am giving you the best of the best. So I'm offering organic black coffee, organic green tea, and organic red tea, which is rooibos tea. All of those are infused with organic Ganoderma lucidum or reishi, right? So just choose one or two of the types of drinks that you want, and I will send those your way. Be forewarned though, it might take me a couple weeks to get it sent out to you, but I really want you to try it because I know a lot of times when you say mushrooms, a lot of people kind of recoil and think that it won't taste very good, but this stuff is so good. Literally, everyone I know can benefit, okay? So click the link in the show notes, get your samples, and let's make the most consumed liquid on the planet the healthiest one. So that's a wrap for this week. I would love to know what you think, and if you're interested and you found this kind of science-heavy episode interesting. So take a screenshot of you listening or shoot me a DM so I know that you loved it. Also, if you're a fan of the show, please leave me a review on iTunes. It helps the growth of the show. It allows me to bring more amazing women on, and it helps more women like you learn how to take charge of their own health, okay? So tune in next week for more awesome and actionable info. I will chat with you then. All right, ladies, thank you for listening to another transformational episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You know my mission is to help inspire and empower women to share their gifts, better serve their clients, and show up even more for the people they love. So if you enjoyed this episode, leave an awesome review so more women can find us and join us in creating a life of wealth.